Hello everyone, I am Renown Zero, and today we're going to be talking about how over 100 artists who worked on Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse reportedly quit during production due to poor working conditions. This comes to us from Bounding into Comics. While Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse may be getting high praise from critics and audiences, new information has seemingly revealed that working on the Miles Morales-centered film was not all sunshine and roses, as over 100 artists reportedly quit during production due to poor working conditions. Not all surprising considering that that's literally what's been happening lately over at Marvel. According to a report from Vulture, people who claim to have worked on the film reached out to the outlet and revealed that the working conditions to produce a stylistic feature film are not feasible. Though anonymous, the outlet reports that the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse artists who purportedly called it quits amid production are professionals who have worked in the animation industry from 5 up to a dozen years, and have described the process of working on Sony's recent Spider-Man project as uniquely arduous. Interestingly, the artist put the blame on the film's director, Phil Lord, and his inability to conceptualize 3D animation in early stages of production, as he reportedly prefers to edit work that has already been fully rendered. The 4 anonymous crew members who contacted the outlet also revealed that they were forced to make major alterations to animated sequences that had already been approved, thus causing an increment in the crew's workload in late-stage departments. Further, the artists claimed for over a year some of their colleagues had to work over 11 hours a day, 7 days a week, in order to make up for the time they lost during pandemic-related delays that pushed Across the Spider-Verse back to it from its 2022 release date. So, having to work a little bit harder because stuff happens. On Phil Lord, nothing is ever final or approved, said a crew member who goes by the pseudonym Steven, adding, "Nothing was really set in stone, nothing was ever done. Everything was just endlessly moving beneath our feet because they wanted it to be the best that it could be." Steven notes that for animated movies, the majority of the trial and error process happens during the writing and storyboarding, not with fully completed animation, pointing out that Lord's mentality was, quote, "This change makes for a better movie, so why aren't we doing this? It's obviously been very expensive having to redo the same shot several times over and have every department touch it so many times." Quote, "Over 100 people left the project because they couldn't take it anymore," the animation artist claimed. "But a lot stayed on just so they could make sure their work survived until the end, because if it gets changed, it's no longer yours." Steven added, "I know people who were on the project for over a year who left, and now they have little to show for it because everything was changed. They went through the hell of the production and then got none of their work coming out the other side. And I do genuinely think it's a good movie," the artist admitted, "but that being said, it's been debilitating for a lot of the artists involved. Morale was incredibly low, and a lot of people reassessed if this was even something they wanted to be a part of." Crazy that these working conditions are like this for a studio as big as Marvel. Charlie, a veteran animator who contacted Vulture before Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was complete, said animation is finishing Friday completely. No animator is going to put a key down anymore, and Phil is still rewriting stuff. "I don't know if he's delusional, it's really nuts. I've worked on projects where things are rewritten, even late in production, but this is another level of craziness." Charlie added, "The hardest thing on the animators has not been working 11 hours a day, 70 hours a week. It's been the wasted work and the frustration of putting in that many hours just to see it changed or thrown away." Phil and Chris Miller have a reputation, prefaced Nathan, an artist who allegedly had worked on other Lord and Miller productions. As producers, they used to come onto a project when it was 80% finished. He explained, "Once they could ingest the movie properly and see what it's going to be like, they would come through with the guillotine and start enthusiastically editing, and this is animation that people have been working on for a long time. Finished work, not some mock-up thing. I heard on Mitchell's they did that. On Spider-Verse 1 they did that. Lego, same thing." Nathan asserted, "What that means is you have artists who feel completely vulnerable. Sony lowballs them on their salary with the promise that overtime pay will boost their income to the level and that it should be. That's really messed up. Overtime pay is huge, man." Nathan went on to explain that artists take up jobs that aren't financially viable because they love their profession and are willing to put in the extra work, accusing Sony's new Miles Morales film of taking advantage of the artist's goodwill. "Artists in the industry are generally very self-critical, they internalize feedback and want to do their best," Nathan explained. "If they love a project, they will put in the extra hours for free." You never put in extra hours for free. You never put in extra hours for free, no matter how much you love a job. Because they want to prove themselves and they want their work to be good. Their work is how they get the next job. Nathan concluded, "A movie like this is taking advantage of those people creatively." Yes, they are. Amy Pascal, Former Sony Pictures Entertainment Chairwoman and Michelle Grady, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Sony Pictures Imageworks, have rebuked the claims made by the artist who reached out to Vulture, defending the studio's action and stating the animation process is a generally iterative process. I wouldn't be surprised if any of this was true, but can't fully confirm, honestly, because the people are anonymous. It really does happen on every film, Grady said as she defended Lord's many changes made to the film's animation. Truly, honestly, it can be a little bit frustrating, but we always try to explain that this is the process, when it shouldn't be. Pascal added, one of the things about animation that makes such a wonderful thing is to work on is that you get to keep going until the story is right. If the story isn't right, you have to keep it going until it is. I guess welcome to making a movie, the former chairwoman concluded as she addressed the complaints issued by the animators who contacted the outlet. It didn't exactly address much. They kind of just denied it. They didn't really address much. But, okay. As of writing, Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse has amassed $560 million worldwide. It managed to make its way back to the top of the box office while Warner Bros. The Flash crashes and burns with 72% drop in the second weekend. That's bad. So yeah, and of course with those millions of dollars that this movie made, the whole viewers are racist narrative is completely destroyed when it comes to black characters, considering that Disney tried to use the tactic with The Little Mermaid when people are spending more money on Spiderverse. And why is that? Because probably this movie's a better film than a crappy, boring, unimaginative, uncreative remake of race swapping a character. Although this is essentially a race swap of Peter Parker, as we like to call him, Peter Darker, or tokenized Spider-Man, who is Peter Parker. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if any of this is true. It is Disney after all. I think this is a Sony project. I wouldn't be surprised with Sony either, considering that they are a very shitty company, and they like to censor a lot of stuff with Japanese video games. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were overworking these people, but because nowadays corporations love to take advantage of the little people working on their big projects. But that's all I have for this today. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button, comment below what you feel about all this, subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, click on the bell and set it to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.